Hello again, friends. This is Jess from J Rose Alchemic Art, back with another video today where we're going to be making some fun clay things and going to be actually going to a convention for board games. So look forward to lots of little clips there, and we'll go ahead and get started with the video. So before we do anything else, first we're actually going to go and do a little Michael's haul here. I have gone there a couple times recently, but it's always to get more clay things, I promise. But this time in particular, I actually found a lot of good finds. There was this pink little stand, which I really enjoyed for like if I'm reading, you know, sitting on the couch or in the chair or anything like that. And I can read. Sometimes I put my clay stuff on there, just kind of depends. I also found this really cute Halloween light up ghost thing, which I thought was super cute, and everything was on sale too, which was really nice, so we'll admire that here. I also happened to find some more clay things, obviously, so I had to get some new colors, and I also happened to find this little pink pumpkins, like little stand. I thought it was really fun, and I thought it could be like a cute background if I'm making videos and wanted to display some like fall or Halloween things on it. So actually you've probably seen that a few times with one of the things that I'm going to be making in this video. And then I was super excited. I found some white translucent clay, some pomegranate clay, which I wanted to make for like possibly a cherry pie or something like that. A chocolate colored clay, which again we'll be using to make something in this video for. I found this cute little ghost statue, which is actually hanging on my TV stand right now. I really enjoy him, especially his little dangly legs. And then once we can get back into the bag here, because Quincy was also very interested in seeing what was in there, I found this cute little bathtub with these pumpkins in it, and I really enjoyed it. I actually liked it so much. I had kind of already had the idea to do it, but again, we'll be seeing more of that in this video, but ended up making a little ghost bathtub. And then I also got this really nice clay board, so went ahead and broke that out right away with our supplies here. So we're actually going to go ahead and get started on the first clay thing. So yes, if you managed to guess that we were actually going to be making a cookie here, then good job, you got it right. I have been enjoying making lots of clay food lately, and cookie was definitely one of the first things that I wanted to try out, so ended up making the shape of the cookie design here, and then trying to find a way to make like some really kind of irregular shaped chocolate chips so that way it didn't look like too perfect. But yeah, I'm tearing up little bits of it here and just trying to see like kind of what fits best. And honestly, I think the cookie turned out really well. The unfortunate part was that I accidentally baked it for a little too long in the oven, so it did get a little burned on the bottom. But honestly, I feel like it kind of gave it character because it looked a little bit more realistic as well. So honestly, not bad for the first time that I made it. And you know, you learn from these things, so definitely keep an eye on your clay making so that way you don't overcook your things. So now that we have managed to shape our ghost properly, we're of course going to use our little tool here to make sure that we make the indentation for the eyes and the mouth. One thing that I have found that I really do enjoy about this board, normally I would like round the little pieces in between my fingers to get the eyes and the mouth a little bit more, you know, regular, but it's actually a lot easier to round it against a smooth surface like this, and makes it a little bit quicker too. So definitely recommend this. I'm not sponsored in any way, I should clarify that, but yeah, definitely enjoy this board so far. And now that we have added our final touch to the little ghost, it's time to actually attach it to the cookie. So one thing that you do have to be kind of careful with is when you are attaching multiple pieces to different clay parts, is it is very easy to actually smush whatever it is you're making. With me, it's my ghost. It's very easy for me to smush my ghost a little too much and then make the actual design irregular. So you kind of have to have a gentle touch, but also make sure that it's attached well enough that it's not going to fall off of whatever it is you're attaching to, in this case the cookie. So I ended up adding a couple more chocolate chips, but overall I think it turned out really well. And of course Princey here is making sure that we're doing a job well done, and we move on to our next clay thing. So I didn't end up showing too much of the process for this just because it was really hard and kind of a hassle. But I think that actually this clay bathtub turned out fairly well. Again, first time making it. I actually brought it to a couple markets and I didn't sell it until one of my more recent ones. So, but again, I had a lot of fun making it. It was a really cool design in general anyway. But the more difficult part about this piece was actually attaching the little feet for the bathtub. So you'll notice that they're very small. And obviously you want to make sure that it can help to keep the bathtub up properly. So it was a little difficult to round out those edges at the bottom, but also make sure that it's attached well enough to the tub that it's not going to like slide around or like fall over. So, and of course right here we're again adding more of our clay ghosts and getting them ready before we attach it to the bottom of the tub, where you can see kind of the water at the bottom there. But I did have a good time making this. It was, again, one of my more difficult pieces to make, but I think the design was really fun. Again, the unfortunate part with this one was when I was baking it along with the cookie, it baked for a little too long. So again, friends, make sure when you're baking your clay, keep a close eye on it. Even if you think it's fine, you've done so many clay items before, keep a close eye. So the outer rim, unfortunately, of the bathtub also did get a smidgen burned. It wasn't that bad, and honestly not that noticeable, but again, I ended up just like covering a little bit with some white paint just to make sure that it looked a little bit more presentable. But then it was time to relax after we'd made all those fun clay things. So my boyfriend and I actually went up to Indianapolis to go to Gen Con, which was crazy wild to see. But first we ended up stopping at this little sugar factory there. I really loved the pink vibes and this vanilla milkshake. Food is really good, but we have a couple things to talk about with Gen Con. As I have said, it is completely crazy how many people were there. I think they said that this was like the biggest one in quite a while. So I would definitely recommend, if you do ever go, to have your badges mailed to you, because even though we were having them scheduled for will call, it took over an hour and a half to even just get our badge to get inside. But on the other hand, Gen Con was really cool. I really enjoyed the Avatar Legends booth. This place looked really fun. It is a game to play like Avatar, like a role-playing thing, kind of like Dungeons and Dragons, if anyone has ever done that. We also got to try out several new games, including that Disney Dixit, if you didn't miss that. So I do think we had a good time. We were there for a couple of days, actually. So we did go for all 3 days. Didn't spend the whole time there. As you can see, we kind of went and explored around Indianapolis and Carmel, which was around where we were staying. Got some yummy food and this delicious cake that had sparkles in it, which again made me so happy and again inspired me to make more clay art food. But otherwise, Gen Con again was super crazy. I really was overwhelmed. We did try a lot of new things, and we purchased a couple of things from some artists. We walked around a lot. Like, this thing was massive. Like, it expanded throughout all of like Lucas Stadium, throughout the convention center. It was huge. Also tried this kitty magic game, which I cannot remember off the top of my head, but it was really fun. I would recommend it. also rolled a really big dice and won a free tote bag from, I believe, the University of Indiana, and got something from their psychology department. And also got to play, or we didn't get to play, but we saw this giant Galaxy Trucker game playing, which again was very fun. I think that we will probably try and go back again next year. I definitely would recommend, if you do end up going, to bring some friends with you. Definitely we'll be trying out some new games. We have plenty of board games already at home, which I am sure I will be talking about in a later video, so look forward to that if you are also a board gamer. I definitely also inspired me with like the art that I would like to create. Some of the things, again, just seeing different art styles with like board game designs and things like that, definitely makes you want to branch out and work on different areas of style. So again, we'll have to see what new things I come up with in the future, but I think that is actually all that I have for this little vlog right now. I hope you enjoyed these little snippets into some more clay making and my little bits of experience with Gen Con. And if you would like to see more, please stick around and subscribe, and let me know what else you'd be interested in seeing. I hope you all have a good day.